Our first award winner has dedicated her entire career to measurement science and insight and has tirelessly forged new frontiers, presenting groundbreaking research as recently as yesterday. That's your first hint. Leslie Wood began her career in advertising as a media researcher and was an early experimenter in advanced analytics. She's pushed consistently and led the agenda for single source well before the promises existed, but with ingenuity and tenacity. Her vision to align media GRPs and delivery to actual consumer behavior, connecting head, heart, and feet across the path to purchase, and her work has pushed the industry significantly forward. With a passion for tackling the world's most challenging measurement issues, Leslie has now put her thought leadership and intelligence against quantifying the long-term effects of advertising. Her approach is collaborative. Her values are integrity, hard work, and delivering results. She's a great listener. She's a coach, a mentor, a friend to me and to the industry. And you know, I think of Leslie works on and chooses some of the toughest issues to push forward on, and then she just does it with just great aplomb and enthusiasm, and she brings a can-do-it attitude. And that combination of can-do attitude to some really tough issues is just a very, very unique quality. She's a pro, and she's a nice person too. So that can be a rare combination as well, I've been told. I would like to welcome Leslie to the stage. Yeah. Now, these roses, please. Leslie is receiving these roses from Fred Brandt, who's her old boss at Ted Bates, so who cannot be here. So that's your first presentation, right? Yeah, we'll do pictures. Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Leslie, this is your day in the sun. 4 folks are going to come up and give talks. Linda DuPri is going to be first, and then we'll just roll. So Linda, Bill Harvey, Kate Cirin, and Dave Poltrak each are going to come up in succession and give tribute.
Can I say thank you?
Would you like to say thank you first?
Either way.
Feel free. Yes, you can say thank you.
Well, this is great
Here, come
fun,
on
as
up
you
here.
can imagine. Leslie's been an innovator from the earliest part of her career. I actually wasn't there then, but at Bates, of course, she did a lot of work in reach and frequency that still stands the test of time. But really, today, she's being honored in particular for her work around single-source data analysis. And frankly, she is the world's expert in this today, at this very particular point in time, which is a hard thing to say because there are a lot of people working in this area, but she is in fact #1 on the planet because Neil Clark told me so, by the way. Neil Cantor, sorry. Secondly, let me just explain why that's not hyperbole. If you think about it, Leslie has been working in this area for a very, very long time. She has been there from the beginning, both in terms of her work around recency theory, which we most associate, of course, with Jones and with Erwin Effron, but of course Leslie's work, as well as Walter Reichel's work, who's with us today, really formed the technical underpinnings of that theory, which has been so important to all of us. Then secondly, when she worked on Project Apollo, along with Nielsen, Arbitron, Procter & Gamble, and another number of other advertisers, Leslie really contributed so fully, using single source yet again, to the methodology, to the practical application, as well as even the systems, because she's not afraid to get her hands dirty with data, essentially, and code, which most of us are. And that really made all the difference there. Then when Project Apollo ended, it didn't go forward, Leslie made the counterintuitive choice to say, no, actually single source and big data are going to be bigger than ever. And I will say, Leslie, I think I admire you always for your counterintuitive grasp of things as well, because she was absolutely right. She then went on to found Media Trust, which was and is a group of world-class researchers dedicated to single source analysis, a number of them here today, who've done magnificent work in this area. But I will say that Leslie's most significant contributions are today and over the last few years when Mike Nazzaro hired her to be Chief Research Officer at Nielsen Catalina Solutions, because she's had a wealth of data, a wealth of opportunity to really explore the value and the full value proposition of single source data, which you've certainly seen in her papers at the ARF across the last few years. I have great admiration for Leslie. There are a legion of admirers here and around the world. And it's not just for your work, Leslie. It's for you as a person and for the enthusiasm and curiosity that you bring to life. So congratulations.
Hi, I'm Bill Harvey. I wanted to add something to what had been said. So many of my lines have been used already, but to me, Leslie is, without a doubt, the most creative analyst we have in the industry. And you saw examples of that yesterday in terms of the long-term effects of advertising, and it goes way back. I just wanted to share something that maybe other people haven't seen. If we could put up my slide. Oh, there it is. So for many years, I've had a blog or a newsletter and been predicting really the state of the world we live in today fairly well since, gosh, 1979. And this was something, and I always picked out people and things that I thought were going to be important, that would lead us. And this was a study that Leslie did using single source data back when it was really new. And she was faced with this colossal amount of data and complexity. And as she always does, being creative and being an experimenter, she didn't take the straightforward path. She didn't take the road less traveled. She took her machete and hacked her way through the data jungle and created a whole new road. So here what she's found is that brand A averaged, so she came up with a new metric. She's always doing that. You have to love that about her. A whole new way of counting that gives us new insight. We need that, especially during a period of rapid change and complexity like today. So she took all this data and she came up with a metric. Out of 100 shopping trips, how many of them are captured by brand A? Well, it was 8.6%. But under what conditions does it change or maybe go up or down? Well, she found that if brand A's commercial had been exposed at least twice in the last 2 days before the shopping trip, that went to 16.7, it doubled. And for the other two brands, brand B and C, it tripled. This was kind of the beginning of recency. And I just wanted to bring it to light. Thank you, Leslie, for your great work.
I'd like to add my own congratulations to Leslie Wood for winning the President's Award for Measurement Leadership. Leslie's always been a great partner and leader for SMG and our clients. What I really admire about Leslie is her ability to just see the possibilities in any data set that's given to her and share them back with the industry. I know it's reflecting comments of people earlier, so that we're all smarter, and I think that's important in today's world. Leslie obviously did this with the Project Apollo, where she combined data from 6,000 Arbitron and Nielsen homes in 2006 for our client Procter & Gamble. This project, while short-lived, did generate a huge amount of valuable knowledge into how to manipulate those single-source data sets to get insight into how advertising works. We think that this led to her ability to, again, see those possibilities and access to Nielsen Catalina data and mine that massive data set. And the work shared only yesterday on long-term effects is incredibly important to both us and particularly to our client Kellogg, who she deep dived into, as well as many of the CPG brands in the industry. Leslie's a regular visitor to the flyover city of Chicago, and we're very happy about that. She's always excited to bring new opportunities and partnership, and often cupcakes as well, to the city when she comes to see us. So we applaud and thank Leslie for seeing the possibilities in the data and sharing them back with the industry, and making us all smarter and better equipped to deal with the challenges of today and the future. Thank you, Leslie.
Hi, I'm Dave Poltrak. You're probably sick of me by now, but Leslie Wood. The previous speakers have done a great job highlighting Leslie's extraordinary accomplishments. I'm going to focus on something else, her smile. There is something about that smile that says, I have figured it out, and you haven't. Leslie is like an extraordinary marathon runner who sprints ahead of the pack, then stops and lets the other runners catch up, then sprints ahead of the pack again, then stops and lets the other runners catch up, and then crosses the finish line with all the other runners. We are the pack, and Leslie is our intellectual leader. For years, Leslie was an independent agent, focusing on the issues that excited her and attacking those issues with an independent spirit that was not compromised by corporate or institutional pressures. It was during these years that she established herself as an inspirational visionary in the field. The history of media research in the U.S. for decades featured a competitive rivalry between Nielsen and Arbitron. For that reason, many of my peers were concerned when Nielsen bought Arbitron. I was not concerned by that seminal event. However, when I learned that Leslie Wood was going to be joining Nielsen, that truly frightened me. We all have stories of promising industry leaders that have joined Nielsen, never to be seen again. Would Nielsen quiet the singularly most important independent thinker in our field? I should have known better. Nielsen has not changed Leslie. Leslie has changed Nielsen. For that alone, she deserves all of our heartfelt gratitude. It's all in that smile. When you see that smile, you know who is in charge. Congratulations, Leslie, on this award.
I'm speechless. Well, thank you. Thank you for such amazingly kind words. That's really, you're all talking about my past, but I really feel like what I've been given is huge opportunities, huge resources to work with. Prime among them is having clients, amazing clients, and Dave has been astronomical in helping guide and support and give us amazing things to do. But there are many, many clients, and it's amazing to be able to work with so many. As an independent person, of course, it was one at a time. But there's also amazing people. So I have an amazing team of researchers working for me. And then the people at NCS they're just some of the smartest people I've ever worked with. And then parents, we have Nielsen and we have Catalina, and the riches that they bring to us, and the insight into making single source work has been phenomenal. And then, of course, the best data in the whole wide world. I don't know anybody that could have more incredible resources than I have. I mean, you just couldn't put all this wonderful data together, and I get to play with it. It's like the most amazing opportunity in the whole world. So I'm kind of in the right place at the right time, and that's really great. There are a bunch of people to thank, so I really need to thank the team from Media Trust. It has been many years, 10 plus years, I think, working on measurement. We've been digging away. Bill showed the 1989 work. That was measurement. That was the beginning pieces to looking at how advertising changed behavior. So thank you, guys. Really great to work with you. I also have to thank all the people I work with, but I want to thank my family. And I mean, I not only get to work with great data, but I have an amazing husband who, 34 years later, I'd still marry tomorrow. Amazing children. Healthy, wonderful kids, and just so many friends in the industry and friends in my life. I don't know how one could be happier. So thank you all. It's been really great.